Hey everyone, it's Hannah. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can sign into Adobe Creative Cloud in order to upload and export PDFs into editable Word documents. This is going to be really useful if you have a lot of PDFs that you want to convert into Word documents and then eventually possibly into Google documents, and you don't want to spend any money for a different site. You want to use some of the tools that we have in-house. So the first thing you want to do is go to, and this is how you can do it on a Chromebook. All these instructions I'm going to show you are for Chromebook only. There are some other ways that we can do this on your teacher computer or your laptop, but if you're doing this from home or you just want to do it online on a Chromebook, this is the web version of the instructions. So what you want to do is in your browser, I usually just Google Adobe Creative Cloud login. And it's the second URL, so creativecloud.adobe.com. This is the one that you want. Once this loads, it's going to allow you to sign in with your Google account. So up here in the top right corner, go to sign in. You don't have to type in your email address here. You can just click on this continue with Google button. It's going to authenticate your account. Make sure you select your work account. This step here you may or may not see. If you had an Adobe account like prior to using the one that's associated with our school network, you may also see this Adobe ID, your personal account. But what you'll want to use is the one that's associated with our organization. So make sure you click Enterprise ID. Again, you may or may not see that screen depending on if you had an account before. And now it's going to load Creative Cloud for you. So the tool from Adobe that you will want to use in order to get your PDFs into Word documents is called Acrobat DC. You will have access to a lot more programs in here that you can play around with as you want to, but I'm just going to come here and click Acrobat DC, and you want to use Acrobat Online. Again, this is the web version that I'm showing you. I'm on my Chromebook, so everything has to be the online version, and I'm going to click Launch. Adobe is somewhat of a larger platform, so if you're on a Chromebook and your internet connection is not super strong, it may take a little while to load. So now I'm here in Acrobat DC. This is your home page whenever you get to this particular tool. And what's really nice is they make it convenient for you because they know this is a pretty popular feature. So up here in the top says export a PDF file. You want to turn a PDF into a Microsoft Office file or another format. So it's going to allow you to select a file, and what that's going to do, we're going to choose our PDF that we want to convert to Word. It's going to allow you to pull from the devices or from the files that are on your device. So whatever computer you're on, it's going to look at those files. So you have to hit add a file from your device. So right now, because I'm on my Chromebook, it's looking at the files that are downloaded to my Chromebook. You could come in here if you had a PDF that was in your Google Drive and find one. But I'm just going to pull right now for sake of this example and choose a PDF that's in my downloads folder. So I'm just going to select this one right here. And you hit open. And so what that does is it upload your PDF into Adobe. And then once it's finished uploading, you'll see it populate here, and then it'll ask you to confirm that you want to export it to, and it will say a Word document. You will be able to change this if you want. For instance, if your PDF is actually slides and you want it to become an editable PowerPoint or an Excel document or whatever, most popular is the Word document, English, and I'm going to export to Docx. You can see it working up here in the top corner. Okay, so now it's been exported to Docx. So what I can do is a couple of things. If I click right here, I can download that file. And if I do that, it's going to put it in my downloads folder on my Chromebook, and then I'll be able to move it pretty easily into my Google Drive. Another thing that I'll show you is if I scroll down a little bit, you can see these are the recent ones that I've converted from PDFs into Word documents. So I have them here, and then I can do a few things with them. If I hit these three dots, it gives me some other options. I can convert it back to a PDF if I need to. Let me move myself. I can share it with people, I can rename it, I can download it from here as well. So if you miss that little notification up here, just by clicking on these three dots, you can download it. And that's probably what I would do. I would hit download. It doesn't take too long. And now I can hit show in folder. And what that's going to do is bring up my downloads folder on my Chromebook. And here's the file, but you can see it's now a Word document instead of a PDF. If I want to put that over into my Google Drive, I can just expand this out and just click and drag over into my drive, and it'll put it there. So from here, well, it should go there. Might be taking here a minute. From here, once it's in my drive or wherever, I would be able to double click it, open it, and because I'm on my Chromebook and I don't have Microsoft Word installed on my Chromebook, because that's actually not possible, it's going to open up into a tab for me. It's still a Word document, and I know that because of this W symbol here and because of the file name. And now you can see the particular PDF that I chose, the formatting did not come over very nicely. The one that I had some like headings and it had some images. You can see it's an infographic. So depending on what your PDF looks like, it may or may not transfer nicely whenever you convert it to Word. If it's just a pretty basic worksheet, then you'll probably be all right, but just be aware of that. Things do not always come over nicely whenever you convert them. So from here, I would be able to save it as a Google Doc if I wanted to do that. But you don't necessarily have to do that to post it into Google Classroom and to be able to have your, make a copy for each of your students and to have them work in it. But it does make it a little bit easier and nicer if everything is kind of a standard format for the kids to see. I would probably hit save as Google Docs. It'll convert it from Word over into Google Docs. And then you've got that PDF converted two ways now. First into Word, second into Google Docs. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to go to an external site and pay somebody a bunch of money in order to get that conversion done for you. You can just do it through Adobe. And again, when you come back into Adobe Acrobat, you have all of your recent items here. So it's pretty simple, the whole process. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's definitely better than retyping things, So it's something I suggest. If you try it out and you have any questions, or it's not working the way that you think it should, just get a hold of me. Thanks.